I'm very happy to see so many of you from so many different cultures. Why? Because I'm researching international students in China. You are my participants. Yeah. So I'm trying to conduct research to facilitate your cross-cultural adjustment in China, your cross-cultural experiences in China. And so I'm trying to better understand your experiences. There is a term in my area which is acculturation. Have you heard of know this word? Acculturation. Yeah. So you will experience many things you may imagine before you come to China. You may not imagine when you come to China. So this is your second semester in China already, right? Yeah, second semester. You've been experiencing China, Chinese cultures. Yeah, is that the same, or is there any difference between what you experience and what you expect before you come to China? Any differences? Any differences?
Yes.
Yes. For what? For example.
The weather.
Weather. Yeah. No. So what do you imagine weather would be like in China?
Not like minus 28, minus 30.
Minus 20. And you just experienced the winter in here. This is part of China. This is only one city of China, because we are located in northeast part of China. So it's very cold in winter. Yeah. So you are from Africa, or so very different. Yeah. So it's very extremely cold. Yeah. It's getting warmer and warmer. Yeah. And so this is, but China is so big, and many cities in China. Somewhat like what the weather in Africa. Yeah, the southern part of China always hot. So China is big, and the weather. What else? Language. Yeah. So what do you think is the most the biggest challenge for you? Language. Biggest challenge in China. What is that?
Yeah, the
language.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it. What? How do you feel it bothered your experience in China? The linguistic barriers for what? For communication.
Yes, especially when I want to get something done, or when I want to buy food or whatever I want to buy. And it's like I'm trying to communicate, but because of the language barriers, and they cannot understand me, I cannot understand it, so I have to adjust myself to learn Chinese to be able to communicate. So
the problems or the issues they take place on campus, or you travel outside campus also?
It's both on campus and outside.
On campus, most of students, they can speak more or less English. No?
Chinese friends, some of them cannot communicate well in English, but if we speak the normal way, we understand.
You see that English is not widely spoken in China, at campus. I just want to suggest to you that you can, when you travel outside, and so when you want to ask something, you need to ask young people. Yeah, young people, they can speak English. Yeah, they can speak English. No, it's not appropriate to say that all the university students can speak English fluently, but some of them do. Yeah, some of them do. Maybe you're not so lucky. Find the right person. Yeah. You try different. Yeah, try different people and see, you may see some difference. Yeah. So, which means you need to learn more about China, about Chinese people, about Chinese culture. Yeah. So, what I mean is that you may have a initial experience in China, initial impression of China, Chinese students, Chinese educational system, Chinese professors. Yeah. So I believe that you may more experiences and you have much deeper understanding China. Yeah. It's going to be fascinating. Yeah. So you have so much ahead to experience. Yeah. That's the enriching experience for you. And so it's very. I feel very happy to see so many of you. Yeah, from Africa, from Asia, right? From Asia, yeah, from any other? No, Europe.
No. It's Asia and Africa.
Asia, Africa, yeah, two big continents. Yeah, two big continents.
I mean, different.
Okay, so and also you have some problems, you have some challenges or something like this, and you may communicate with me. And, I think I try to be there. Okay, and we have 29 students in my list. See, 29 students for this course, and Musa there is my assistant. Yeah, is my assistant, and he will help you the things required for this course. For example, you are supposed to install the software needed for data analysis. Yeah, so you have to know how to install, how to purchase, how to share. Maybe you can share. Yeah, purchase and share, how to install the software. And I think Musa will be there to offer help you, right? Yeah, the software is very important. Without installing the software, it's going to be extremely hard for you to understand what we are going to say. Yeah, it's extremely important. You are supposed to install the software, SPSS, and Windows. All of them are required for quantitative data analysis. Yeah. So now, that is our point, data analysis. Yeah. Quantitative data analysis. I know you learned something about quantitative study, right? Yeah. What have you learned about quantitative study, quantitative method? Anything? What did you learn? Did you remember? Forgot? Not even buzzing.
When we talk about quantitative research or quantitative study, what comes to your mind is about analyzing numerical data or patterns.
Yeah. And that's okay, good. Thank you. That's very specific. Yeah. Anything else? I need to share this phenomenon with Professor Dean Ray. She will be disappointed. Be disappointed. Anything else? Okay, what can you remember? Anything? Yeah.
Number of participants in research. Big sample.
Yeah, we need more participants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in quantitative study, we need more quantitative study, more participants than the qualitative study, right? Yeah, more participants. Can I ask you a question? Why is that? Why in quantitative study we need more participants, but in qualitative we need less, relatively less participants? Why is that?
Exactly. So we need like a larger number in order to be able to generalize the result and the outcome that we get from final thesis or study. But for the qualitative, because it's a case of a study for like specific place, for example, university, school. So it's okay to have like a little bit, fewer number.
Yeah, in quantitative study, we hope that our findings can be generalized to the whole population. Yeah, so we always ask this question. So, how or to what extent your results can be generalized? Yeah, so you have your own experience. Yeah, we all have different experiences. Yeah, but can the findings be derived from you can be generalized to other students? But by contrast, what is about quality? Quality is that we just want to get the in-depth, your attitudes, your emotions, your psychological, motivation, your cognitive things. Yeah, we want to gain the in-depth information. Yeah, so we most cases we don't need so many participants. So in quantitative study, we often use the sampling method like purposive sampling. We know who are suitable for my research. Yeah, so I invite you, right? Yeah, but in quantitative purposive sampling is never used. So I cannot see. It's not appropriate for me to decide. Okay, you can participate. It's not appropriate for you to participate. No, not like that. Yeah, we invite as many participants as possible. Yeah, for quantitative study. Yeah, so that's excellent. Yeah, that's it. So why? I ask a further question. How can we, or how can we guarantee, or we just try to make our findings generalized to the whole population? How can we do that? How can we achieve the goal of generalization? How to achieve the goal? If you want your findings to be generalized, What can we do?
We have to design tools, specific tools that are valid and reliable.
Yeah, that's a part of the answer. So first of all, your data, yeah, the quality of your data is important. Yeah, that's what we are going to discuss in this course. I will show you how to make sure our data has high quality. Yeah, like what do you know? Yeah, it's validity. Yes. Yeah. How to ensure the reliability and validity. That's a part. More important. Yeah, sampling. Sampling is very important. Yeah. So the thing is, which so if you want your findings to be generalized, your participants have to be what? Is that your participants, your sample has to be representative, right? Yeah, that's the precondition for the generalization. Yeah. That's lead to another question. We often say the sample size. You know what I mean? The sample size is very important, right? Sample size is very important. The sample size, or can sample size determine the representativeness of your sample? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Any different? So some say the sample size can determine the representativeness of your sample. No. Yeah. So we need to ensure diversity, right? Diversity of the. For example, we need to have a male, female participants. Yeah. So if suppose that the sample is absolutely or mainly composed of male students. That's can we say the sample is representative? No, right? Yeah. So we have this example. This example can tell us what we need to, if for example, gender, what gender balance, right? We need to have gender balance in our sample. The gender balance indicates what? Gender balance represents what?
Equality and not being biased.
Higher.
Yeah, that's almost to the point. So how can can we determine the representativeness of our sample? Somebody say, size is important, right? Yes, of course. Sample size is important. But sample size, the solid sample size cannot determine the representativeness of the sample, right? So we often say, oh, I have a large sample. My sample reach thousands of university students, or even more, right? This is a large sample size, right? But sample size cannot solely determine the representativeness. Yes, for example, I'm researching international students in China. Yeah, but I only research because it's convenient for me. So my participants only international students at Northeast Normal University. Can it be generalized to the whole population? International students in China? No. Yeah. Can your experience the same or be generalized to those in southern part of China, in the capital city, Beijing? Yeah. Can your experience be generalized to those at the technical university? Maybe different, right? Maybe different. Your experience the same as those in the coastal cities of China? Probably not. Yeah, so that's why we say our sample need to cover gender, right? Need to cover different levels of universities, different regions. Yeah, so sample size, can it determine the representativeness? No. Of course, it's also determined by your sampling method, right? Your sampling method. What sampling method do you know?
Refer to physical sampling and how to physical sampling.
Yes, sampling method means what strategies we use to recruit our participants, right? But what are they? What are the strategies? Surveys. Yeah, surveys. This is a research method. Now we are talking about sampling method. Sampling method is a part of research method. What should we recruit? Yeah.
Random sampling.
Random. Yeah, random sampling. That is one strategy. So I will tell you what are the strategies. But now I just briefly introduce. We have say in English. See. We have, for example, what he said. We have a random sampling, right? We have non-random sampling, right? What is random sampling? Random. So you have, if we use the strategy, in this strategy, each of you has even chances to be selected. You understand? Yeah. For example, I give each of you a number from 1 to 30, right? Okay, so now I want even number. The even numbers. Yeah? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So even numbers. Okay. I can also, so 30 of you, 30 of you, by drawing lot. Right? Yeah. So each of you has relatively even chances to participate. Yeah. And so this is random sampling. We have some other random sampling strategies, like strategy 5, like strategy 5, like other things. And also, non-random. For example, I think maybe sometime later, you may also, now you already begin your research, right? You have your own research area. You have your own specific title. Ready? Yeah. Yeah. So I think that maybe sometime later, and after, especially after your proposal defense, you may need to collect data. Yeah, collect data. How to collect the data? You may use, for example, you may distribute your service to those you know, right? Through, for example, social media. Yeah? I post my invitation through the social media, inviting them to participate. Is this random? Is this random sampling? Is this random? No. This is what? No, not purposive. Yes, this is convenience. This is convenience sampling. Why? Because you can only reach those you know. Right? You can only reach those you already know. Right? For another example, okay, so I'm researching international students, but I don't know too many international students. So I need like hundreds of you as my competitors. Yeah. So now I have the opportunity of knowing you, right? Yeah, I know now we have in this class we have 30 international students in China. So I asked you, can you invite 2 more international students in China? You help me invite 10 more. Yeah. So possibly I may have 300 participants, international students in China, right? Yeah. What's this like? What's this called? Snowball. Yeah, this is snowballing. Yeah. This is snowball method. Snowball sampler. Bigger and bigger. Yeah. Snowballs. Okay, I will discuss with you about the details of sampling strategies. And now so what I mean, so now you can answer this question, which is more which is more desirable, random or non-random? Which is better? Random, right? Why? Why random sampling is more desirable? Why? Because random sampling more representative, right? More representative. That's it. So this is what I tell you. Merely sample size. You have as quantitative researcher, we have to know. So many scholars say I have large samples that do not mean much. Do not mean much. It doesn't mean much. Sample size cannot determine the your sampling method. But we also know it's very difficult for us to use the random sampling way. It's difficult. Many cases, most cases, it's very difficult for us to use the random sampling. But in that case, the sample size can be important. Yeah, sample size and sampling method and also data quality. Data quality. Yeah, I have a large sample. I use a very scientific strategy sampling. Yeah, but the data, yeah, that means nothing. So if you want to confirm that your data, your sample representing the one important condition is that your data has to be qualified. As we said just now, how to ensure the quality of the data? How to ensure reliability and validity? Yes, yeah. We have to work. Reliability, validity, yeah, we have to work. But the procedure, much more complex than the two words. Yeah, much more complex than the two words. So we need to how to conduct data analysis to confirm reliability. Anybody know how to conduct reliability analysis? Anybody? So previously you never use the software. Anyone? Yes. SPSS.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever conducted the analysis for reliability test? No. For what? You use the alpha values. That's it. That's it. Yeah. So now you can use the reliability by computing alpha values. Yeah, that's for reliability. What else? What else? For example, validity. Validity. Anybody knows? For validity test. No. No. Yeah, so later on we will discuss how to conduct the analysis for reliability and validity test, and especially validity is a complex procedure, and so that's it. Okay, so we want our data to be representative. Why? Because we want our findings that can be generalized. Yeah, so that's important for quantitative study. Okay, another basic thing. I want to share with you. Maybe. I think we have the eraser. Now let's talk about specifically quantitative study. Yeah. What is quantitative study? Anybody? So you just share the keywords of quantitative study. I don't want the whole definition. No, not necessary. Can you share some of what you think is the key word of a quantitative study? What number? Why is number? Why you think number is the key word?
The sample is about number. It's written by number. It's gained by number.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Let's compare. What is the quantitative data like? What is qualitative data like? Quantitative data is what? Yeah.
Quantitative is objective, or qualitative is subjective.
Quantitative is objective. That's opinion. Okay, I just put it here. So mean quantitative. It's what objective, right? Objective. Okay, we just put it here. We discuss later. Any other opinions?
Quantitative method extract the main point from the common data.
Common.
Extract the cause and result from the generalization.
Yeah, we are moving away from the point. Yeah, just now our so already shared what quantitative data look like. Quantitative data look like. Quantitative data. What quantitative data look like? No, data look like. What does data look like? Yes. Yes, I just want this word again. numbers, right? Quantitative data, yeah, by means of number. So what in quantitative study, what you can see in your data set, all the numbers, they're all numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1.1, 1.2, yeah, 1.3, yeah. But anyway, they are all numbers. Yeah, they are all numbers. Okay, yes, data. About data. Yes, in numbers. Can you get the numbers? How can you get the numbers? Yes, we see you when you have the data, and you can see in your data set, in the software, all the data you can see the statistical numbers. Yeah. Okay, so another one. So in quantitative study, the data numbers. How about quality study? What quality study? What quality data look like?
Explanation.
Yeah. What?
Description.
No, not descriptive is not a good word. I know what you mean, but it's not a good word. It's in numbers. In what? Text. Right? It's in text. Mainly in text. Yeah. Mainly text. Because what do you get in quantitative study? In qualitative study, what you get is what? Is your participants' experiences. What do they say? What do they share? Right? But they note down in text. Yeah, so you analyze. In quantitative study, you analyze the data in numbers, right? In qualitative study, you analyze the data in text, right? They are different, right? Okay, they are different. Okay, so now let's come back to quantitative study. How can you get the data? Experiments, questionnaire. Yeah, we can conduct experiments, but in the experiment, we also use questionnaire. Right? We also use questionnaire. Yeah. So one major source of the data is the survey. Right? Is the survey, is the questionnaire. Yeah. So you have the survey, then you have the data, right? You have the survey, so you invite your participants to fill in the survey, right? So your participants fill in the survey, then you have the data. That's the order, right? Just like so, you remind me. Musa and Machen. So the guy from Hungary, Thomas. I the habit. They both of them my PhD students. Yeah, they are sending questionnaires to international students. Maybe you already. Yeah. So we are conducting a research project. Yeah, understanding your cultural experiences in China. So we hope that our results can enrich your experiences. Yeah, so I think this is beneficial because now we are enrolling. China is enrolling more and more, international students, from diverse cultural background. So now I use this opportunity to please, when you have time, please fill in the questionnaire. The questions may be there are many questions, but we have two. So you just simply you fill in the questionnaire, and you just select the one that best match your own experience, your own attitudes. That's okay. So thank you so much for your cooperation. We indeed think, because this is funded, this project is funded by this is a national level research project. So why the China government so fund my research project? Because Chinese government really want to enrich, to enrich your experiences for you, for the next generations of international students. That's we all think this is important. Okay, so now you have the survey, then you have the data. Okay. Now let's continue. How can you have the survey? What is the survey like? The surveys is composed of atoms, right? So many atoms. So many atoms in the survey. What? Okay, another question. What are the atoms? What are the atoms? Of course, we do not ask these questions randomly. We have our own purposes. Maybe you have no idea. As a participant, you have no idea what these atoms are used for. But you must know that they are not randomly. So, what are the atoms? What are the atoms? What? Gender. Okay. Part. Beliefs. Attitudes. So these atoms represent your beliefs, your behaviors. For example, your emotions. So another question. What these beliefs, attitudes represent? Measurements. They are measurements. They are. So I'm a bit excited. That's so. Thank you for the word. Thank you so much. So that's the exact word I want to hear. Exact word. So these are the measurements, right? They are the measurements because we use them to measure. They are measurements because we want to use them to measure what? We want to use them to measure what? Concepts, right? Concepts. When you design your survey, you must already know what concepts we are going to research. For example, we are going to research motivation or learning motivation. So learning motivation is one concept you are going to study, right? Okay, you may also use your, for example, learning engagement. Yeah, your learning, your self-regulation, self-regulated learning. Yeah, study habits. Yeah, your maybe negative, your study burnout, anxiety. Yeah, stress. Yeah, stress. And your, for example, for minority students like you, international students, for example, your what? Your identity. Yeah, you are sojourning in a new environment. The new environment which may shape your new identity as an international student, right? Yeah. And many concepts, many constructs. These concepts in quantitative study, these concepts are what we say variables, right? Yeah. The concepts represented by variables. Okay, now it's very clear. Before you have the survey, what concepts? Okay, now, what are your own measurements to measure concepts? Then you have the measurements. You combine all these measurements, measuring all these concepts. You combine them in the survey, in the questionnaire, right? Questionnaire. Then you distribute your questionnaire. Then you have your data, right? When you have your data, what do you have to do next? Yeah. You have the data, you can do the analysis, right? When you have the analysis, you can have your, I do the analysis, I conduct the analysis, then I have my, yes. Then you have your findings. When you have your findings, you have your dissertation. Your books, right? Of course, you have to write. Yeah, but you have your thesis. You have your articles, right? Okay. This is what? This is the major process of a quantitative study, right? Yeah. So it's simple, right? It's simple. And at the same time, not that simple. Yeah, you know what you are going to research. Yeah. Then you have your survey. Then you have your data. You have to know. But it's a simple process, but for each step, it's not simple. Right?
Yes.
For each step, it's not simple. For example, how to compose, how to create a survey. Your survey has to be high quality, then you can largely determine the quality of your data. Yeah. You have to know how to do the analysis, right? Yeah. You have to know how to write a high quality paper. Yeah, writing is very important. Yeah. So the process is simple, but each step is very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult. So if you don't believe me, you can ask Musa. If you feel more and more anxious, yeah, this is the beginning. Just beginning. Yeah. Do you believe it, Musa?
Only preparing this survey, I spent like 2 months. The quantitative like 2 months in
Now you believe me.
Now you're going to ask me, why don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. But you must experience that before you see the light. This is what it, yeah, I experienced too much. Yeah, anxiety, stress, and even failures. I studied for my PhD in Belgium, yeah, in Europe, and so when I begin my doctoral learning in 2012, and I graduated in 2017. So 5 years. 5 years. Yeah. But my first paper, my first article published in 2016, my 4th year doctoral learning. Yeah. I submit my articles here and there, everywhere. It always been rejected. Always being rejected. So I thinking, my wife and I, my daughter, we all in Belgium, and we talked a lot about our future. So we one thing in common, we think that we are not suitable for research. Yeah. Why? Because you've been always, so you know the word self-efficacy?
Yes.
Self-efficacy. Yeah. I believe I can do it.
Yeah.
So your efficacy is, yes, very low, because always being erode, yeah. So every time you're being rejected, you feel disappointed. So always the so we think that the only goal is to graduate. It's graduate. I've always been submit, rejected, always there. So in 2012, the beginning, and 2016, the first publication. Yeah, the first. So so honestly, I cried. Yeah, I cried. That's too difficult. My wife and I cried. Yes. But after that, yeah, there is a saying in Chinese that you may not know. Yeah. So, but after that, your papers, articles, published one after another, seems that you have to cross that point. You have to cross something ahead of you. Yeah, after you cross the mountain, after you cross the scene, yeah, I like what I said just now with what I mean. You can see the light. So yeah, so for many people, for many researchers, yeah, they have to experience that. Yeah, so that's why I say this is a simple process, but for each step, it's not simple. Yeah, that's it. Okay. This is one basic. I just want to share the basic theme, basic issue related to quantitative study. Yeah. Working. Yeah, so this is a part of the basic issues related to quantitative research, and I will share more with you, and so that you will know. So before you know more about quantitative research, so for example, I may share some examples with you, letting you know what quantitative researchers can do. So quantitative research is really fascinating. So, you know, why it's fascinating? What you can see is one separate numbers, right? What do you see? All of them separate numbers. 1, 3, 7. Yeah, all separate numbers. They seem to have no connection. But naturally, if you can do the analysis, you can understand the nature or the phenomena or the mechanisms underlying these numbers. So if you do the analysis, you can see the connections between these phenomena. For example, you are researching some concepts. Yeah. So through these numbers, you can see some complicated connections between these concepts. Yeah. Between these concepts. So some findings may even beyond your expectations. Yeah. So you may understand more. And your findings, of course, can provide implications, yeah, for education. Yeah. So that's what we do. That's what we do. So quantitative researchers, what we are so expecting to see our data. You know, when we have our data, when we collect the data, so we are so eager to conduct the analysis, and we are eager to see whether the results are consistent with our expectations. For example, you know, when you conduct your research, you must have your own research questions, right? You must have your own hypothesis. Yeah, hypothesis. We see if our hypothesis can be important, or there are more knowledge from the data. So is really interesting. It's really interesting. So we want to see the connection. Yeah, we want to. So quantitative scenes, quantitative study can tell us a lot about education, about educational, about social phenomena. Tell us a lot. So that's why I will share some. I will share some examples to show you what we can do in quantitative studies. And so basically, I will show you some basics. For example, I will show you, for example, how to find the scales measurements. Yeah, how to find the measurements. I show you how to use the theoretical frameworks. How to use the theories. When you write your thesis, you may also experience such issues. Many of you have this kind of issue. So what is that? You know you have to use the theory in your thesis, right? Yeah, theory is necessary. Yeah, you know that. So you find some theories. The theories and your research are separated. What is the theory? The theory is used to tell us what can be researched, how to research, right? What breakthroughs can you make? Yeah, the theory is very, very important. So the theory, it runs through your thesis. But the problem is that you know you have to use theory, so you list, especially many theories in your thesis. But the theory and the propositions of the theory are not connected with your research. Yeah, they are separate. This is the issue. This is the problem. So you have to know how to use the theories. And for another example, so how to find questionnaire, how to find the measurements, how to use the theoretical frameworks. So these basic things and what what quantitative research can do. So these things like this. Oh, maybe this one, I don't know if you have this problem. You know how to download art. So as a researcher, we have to read a lot of papers. We have to read a lot of articles. Yeah. So I share the experience with you. So when I just the beginning of my PhD learning, my supervisor told me one thing. My supervisor told me that high quality articles are your best teacher. Yeah, I remember that word. But at the beginning, I felt very, I don't understand this word. I don't understand it. I just thought maybe my supervisor won't give me much guidance because she told me you have to read. Yeah. But later, especially when I graduated, when I became conduct my own research, when I became professor, and I totally understand. This word is totally correct. Yeah, because high quality articles can tell you many things. Yeah, many things. Yeah, what to do. You can gain the inspiration from the articles. Yeah, so many things you can learn from these articles, but they have to be high quality articles. High quality articles. Yeah, you have to read them, especially. So one more word for you. You have to read articles critically. That's important. Yeah. Each article must have its own limitations, must have its own weaknesses. Inevitable. There is no paper that is perfect. No. So we have to be critical. You find the flaws, you find the mistakes, you find the limitations of the paper, so that you can what? This is beneficial for your own growth. Yeah, you have to be critical. But the thing I want to show, but if you need to read high quality articles, first of all, you have to know how to download the articles. Yeah, you know how to download? Yeah, so it's not a problem, right? Okay, that's great. So we skip this. So so I just suggest that you have to utilize our library, online library. Yeah, you have to access to our online library resources. Our university purchased many databases, world famous databases. We purchased. Yeah, the data. They are like Web of Science, Reedy, Springer, Taylor Francis. Yeah, Taylor Francis, Elsevier. Yeah, Elsevier. So many world famous. So you can download these articles. So very convenient. So you have to know how to do that. Yeah. So that's what it costs a lot of money each year. Yeah, it's really expensive. But I can show you an example. University of California. Yeah, so that the thing happened 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. 3 years ago, California has many campuses, right? So this is very each year, the publication company Elsevier, the company Elsevier, very large, very famous. No. Elsevier. Elsevier. In this publication, there are thousands of journals, and many of them have a universal impact. So as the researchers, we often submit our manuscripts to the journal Elsevier. Yeah, many highly influential journals Elsevier. So the university, each year, they have to produce all combined. You can imagine how much money it will cost a year. Yeah. So our university is not it's not the same size as California, but we also spend a lot of money each year. So what we can do, we have to utilize the resources. Utilize the resources. So in 2021 or 22, so there is a dispute between University of California and Elsevier because the fee is increasing each year. So the University of California refused to pay. Refused to pay, and so they didn't reach the agreement about the payment. So the dispute. And you know what? Very interesting. University of California, they demand their professors. You know, many professors at this university serve as editors or reviewers for the journals in Elsevier. So they demand their professors, they stop their responsibility. They were. And many professors sign and stop working as the editors or the reviewers for the journals in Elsevier. Just the payment. So what I mean, it really costs a lot. So we need to utilize the resources, including our university. So many. So if you know how to do it, we skip the step. But some of you know, right? So if some of you know, you can share, you can learn from each other. So if you still have the problem, we can discuss. We can discuss. So okay, so theoretical framework and the measurement, and maybe if we have time, we can show you and analyze, interpret what are the good writing styles. What are good writing styles? These are the major things we are going to discuss in the preliminary steps. Then we are going to move to data analysis. So we are going to use SPSS. How to conduct data analysis in SPSS. For example, descriptive analysis. You can conduct t-test and the one-way ANOVA. And correlation analysis and theoretical multiple regression in SPSS. Of course, reliability test. So these are the examples of the data analysis we are going to learn in SPSS. Then we transfer to AMOS. SPSS. The data analysis in SPSS mostly are basic data analysis. So if we want to conduct advanced data analysis, we need to learn how to use structural equation modeling. Heard of this? So structural equation modeling, SEM. Heard of this? Have you heard of this? No? Yeah. So after SPSS, we are going to transfer to AMOS, which is used to conduct structural equation modeling. So, which is used to, for example, to further confirm the validity of your data, is used to establish relationships between the concepts. Okay, so these are what we are going to learn. So generally, we have three major things to learn. First, basic issues about quantitative study, data analysis in SPSS, and data analysis in AMOS. So these are what we are going to learn in this. But so I hope that you can follow me. You can follow me because I think this is maybe you probably you do not use quantitative research or data, but I think as a researcher, including emerging researcher like you, so you need to know how to do this. This is a basic requirement for scientific research. Yeah, but I think you need. I think it's important for you to follow me, because if you skip one part of the data analysis, it's going to be hard for you to catch on. Yeah, so it's step by step. So try to and so one more thing is that I think from now you try to install the software, SPSS and AMOS. Anybody already installed the software in your computer? You already have it. Yeah, SPSS, yes. And Musa also has the software. So if you try to figure out how to, but if you have problems, you can ask them for assistance. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so these are the basic things. So next time I will share some examples with you and see what quantitative researchers or what advanced data analysis researchers now do. They are doing and what findings can be revealed through this quantitative data analysis. Yeah, that's so you can know the front line of this method. Yeah. Okay, then we have oh yeah. So and also finally, if we still have time, I may show you how to conduct mixed method study. Mixed method study. You know what is mixed method study? Quantitative and qualitative. Yeah, this is mixed. This is mixed. Mixed method study is very, if you do it correctly, it can be very useful. Why? Because quantitative study and qualitative study, if you combine them, they complement, to each other. Yeah. Why? Because you know what? Quantitative study, quantitative study can do a lot of things, can reveal very complicated relationships. For example, between A and B, C, D, E. Yeah, they can reveal very complicated relationships between these variables. Yeah, But quantitative study can never reveal how the relationships are established. Yeah, you will never know why A has an impact on B, or why A has influence on B. You will never know that. Yeah, you only do the data analysis through the numbers, right? You only know A is related to B. But the relationship can be very complicated. You can only know the relationship, but you will never know what happened behind, underlying the relationship. You will never know that. How can you know that? Through qualitative study, by understanding their experiences, their behaviors. You will understand, oh, this is why A affects B. Yeah, so if you combine quantitative and qualitative, this could be a very good strategy for research if you do it correctly. So I will show you how to conduct a right mixed method research, mixed method research. Okay, so these are the things we need to share with you first, and next time we will formally begin our